Wouldn't we all like a little magic now and then? And what's the difference between magic and asking for results in prayer? Recently, we celebrated the feast of Our Lady of Fatima. Some children heard the story of Fatima, and they decided to force Mary's hand by praying like the children of Fatima, convinced that with the right combination, there were three of them, and if they said the rosary, Mary would come to them like she did to the children of Fatima. They spent a lot of time trying, but she didn't come. And they eventually gave up. They couldn't find the magic formula that would make heaven do their bidding. We've all heard lots of people pray for sunshine for a picnic, rain for the garden, or good snow for skiing, or possibly praying to win the lottery, or even one of our sports teams to win a championship. Is it God's job to change things if we ask hard enough? Is that what this religion that we all are part of is about? Is prayer like magic? In the Old Testament this morning, we hear how Moses praying with his arms outstretched so his army would win the battle. Whenever Moses' muscles failed him and the battle went the other way, his arms up made the people winners. They even got a rock for him to sit on, where others held his arms up, and victory went to his people. Why did Moses' raised hands work that way? Was it a contract? God, I'll do this if you do that. Did the Israelites win the battle because Moses' raised hands persuaded God? Or did his persistent vigilance inspire his people with the strength they needed? In the second reading, Paul's letter to Timothy, Paul tells Timothy to be persistent, whether it is convenient to you or not. Paul wants Timothy to do everything possible to encourage others to live the gospel. And the gospel doesn't give us any magic. Really, there's this phrase that we've all heard many times: the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Jesus was teaching his disciples to pray always without growing weary. He told the story of the dishonest judge who didn't care about anyone. Confronted by the widow who constantly pestered him, the judge finally ruled in her favor. Not for any good reason, but because he got tired of her persistence. And that didn't allow him to ignore her in the first place. When we pray, it can be kind of confusing. Are we supposed to wear God down? How are we supposed to be persistent in prayer? Maybe we're asking God to end wars and change a cruel dictator's ways to be a good, loving person. How do we expect God to do that? If God would intervene like that, would there be all this suffering in our world? Think about it. Jesus' most basic prayer was, "Your will be done." That followed by what his mother had taught him by her prayer: "Let it happen to me according to your will." When we pray for the good that should happen, we need to pray in the style of Jesus. It needs to come from a longing we have for God's will, along with our readiness to carry that out. Kind of talking about giving up control. and it's kind of scary sometimes. There's no magic formula in that, giving up control. Let's try to remember God is persistent in planting good desires in us. Let us be persistent in offering ourselves to carry out God's loving will.